Well, with Amy Coney Barrett on the Supreme Court, we might be looking at a lot more than just reversing Roe v. Wade. In fact, Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito both elaborated on that earlier today. We're going to break into the full report, guys. Before I go any further, if you enjoy my daily content here on YouTube, I encourage you could help support and donate to the ministry here for as little as $5 a month. Patreon.com/conservative truth. That link in the description also gets you access to over 20 exclusive podcasts where I talk more about sensitive information. You get the alerts for anything that goes out on Patreon, unlike YouTube, where you will not be notified of all the videos that I do, even if you have that bell clicked. So when you get done watching me here, browse back to check what you've missed. Please like this video, share it, click the bell, subscribe, and I wear the glasses because I'm blind. Now, what am I talking about here when I'm saying that we might even be looking at more possible changes, possible overturning? Well, let's go back to June of 2015. The decision with Obergefell. You guys remember that? Same-sex marriage? That's right. It was legalized in all 50 states. Now, earlier today, Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito both talked about everything that went on with Kim Davis. You guys remember the Kentucky clerk back in 2015 when she was threatening to be sued because she refused to give out the same-sex marriage licenses, okay? They wanted to bring this case before the Supreme Court. That case was rejected. But Thomas and Alito both saying today that the decision made in 2015 is a direct discrimination against religious liberty. He said it threatens those of faith, which basically comes out and would, essentially call them, a bigot because they're going to say that they're against same-sex marriage or they're against gay people, all this. He said it's presented nothing but problems ever since it went into effect 5 years ago, and he still stands against it to this day. Now, something to note here. Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch were not on the Supreme Court back then in 2015 at all. They were not there. It was actually really sponsored the most by former Justice Anthony Kennedy, who we know went to Trump a couple of years ago, and he stepped down. That's what brought on Justice Kavanaugh. So we know that. Also, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, before she passed away, she was part of that decision as well. That was a 5-4 decision. That's how close it was. But now the court is about to be tipped into more of a conservative lean. So with that being said, with Amy Coney Barrett going on to the bench, we might be looking at possibly overturning same-sex marriage in this country. And that would then give the rights back over to the states again. And can you imagine the fireworks that would happen if that actually came about? Now, in order for this to happen, you would need at least 4 of the justices to come together and say that that's a case they would actually be willing to take up. Now, today, there was only Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito that were there discussing this. So we've yet to hear from a Brett Kavanaugh. We've yet to hear from a Neil Gorsuch to see if they would agree with them and see if there's a possibility this could maybe be brought up down the line at some point. With Barrett on the bench and having that conservative lean, you could have more than 4 people that would be willing to hear this and possibly give a reversal of this ruling. That would be amazing. And like I said, you couple that with Roe v. Wade. I mean, you start to undo things like that, and I'm telling you, I mean, it would be satisfying and pleasing unto God. I can tell you that. I mean, the rest of the world would be, in the United States would be in an uproar over that if that were to occur. But you know what? It's going to be God's decision. Whatever's going to happen, He knows already. He already knows the beginning from the end. So interesting, though, that we're now in this position where the conservatives may have the majority on the bench, and we might be able to start undoing some of these previous rulings that I believe have really affected and put on judgment upon America. Everything that we've seen this year, everything that our country has been going through, I think really is all due to the immorality that we've allowed to happen, the rulings from the Supreme Court. It all adds up, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to wait and see if this can get undone or not. What do you think, though? I'll throw it to you. Let me know down below in the comment section. Do you think there is a possibility that same-sex marriage could be overturned in the Supreme Court in the future? I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.